Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're running your own business, or maybe you're freelancing, or even if you're part of a larger team,
Mhm.
I bet you've run into this question. Email marketing versus social media marketing.
Yeah.
Which one should you actually focus on? Which one's really going to help your business grow?
Right.
Well, you sent over a bunch of videos from marketing experts and successful creators.
Uh-huh.
So let's just dive into those and see what they had to say.
Yeah, sounds good.
What's actually important here? I mean, there's so much information out there, it's kind of overwhelming.
Right.
One of the first things that really jumped out at me was that almost everyone agrees it's not like an either situation.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to choose email or social media.
Exactly. You need both, but you really got to use them strategically. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's a relief. I was starting to think I had to pick one and just go all in.
Right.
One expert made this comparison that I thought was really helpful. They said social media is like renting, but email is like owning.
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to put it because, with social media, you're on someone else's platform.
Right.
You're at the mercy of their algorithms, and we all know those things can change overnight.
Yeah.
1 minute you're killing it, reaching tons of people, and then suddenly, boom, your reach just tanks. It's
Right.
gone. But with email, you own that direct connection to your audience,
Yep.
so it's much more stable.
It's like you're building your house on solid ground instead of like on, I don't know, sand or something.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a really good point. So instead of building my business on rented land, I should be building on land that I own.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I do get a lot of engagement on social media.
Right.
So how can I just ignore that?
You're absolutely right. You can't just ignore social media. It's still really important for attracting new people to your business, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's like the top of the funnel where you're making that first impression, grabbing their attention.
I got it.
One of the creators talked about, I think it was like getting 700,000 views on a TikTok video,
Wow.
but then the algorithm changed
Uh-oh.
and poof, all those views were just gone.
Seriously.
Yeah.
700,000 views down the drain, just like that.
Yep.
Makes you think twice about putting all your eggs in one basket, right?
It definitely does. So yeah, you need social media, but you got to have that solid email list as well.
Okay.
But going back to social media for a second, the goal isn't just to get a ton of followers.
Right.
It's to attract the right kind of followers.
Yeah.
The people who are actually going to be interested in what you're offering.
Right. The people who might actually buy something.
Exactly. One of the experts even said that social media followers are more like bystanders.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they might be interested in what you're doing, but they're not necessarily ready to, whip out their wallets and buy.
Okay, that's a really good distinction. So social media is great for grabbing attention, piquing people's interest, but how do we actually turn those bystanders,
Yeah.
those interested people, into loyal customers?
Right.
People who actually buy things.
That's where email comes in.
Then,
Email is all about, nurturing those relationships over time, building that trust. It's more like, a one-on-one conversation, not a public announcement. And I really liked this analogy one of the experts used. They said social media is like that initial spark of attraction.
like that first. Hello.
But email is like, going on those virtual dates where you really get to know each other.
So how do we, keep those email dates interesting? What do we actually say in our emails? Because that's something I really struggle with.
Yeah, that's a common struggle.
What do I write?
Well, one of the videos actually had a really good tip for that. They said instead of staring at a blank screen, just, repurpose the content that's already working on social media.
That's actually really smart.
Right. So you take those engaging posts, those behind-the-scenes stories, all those valuable tips you're sharing, and you use them as a starting point for your emails.
So I'm not reinventing the wheel every time I sit down to write an email.
Exactly.
I like that. And I guess it helps keep my messaging consistent across both platforms, right?
Exactly.
This is making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But this actually brings up another question. If social media is so good at, attracting new people,
Yeah.
why should I even bother building an email list? Why not just focus on social media?
That's a great question. And the answer is because your email list is an asset that you actually own.
Oh, right. It goes back to that owning versus renting idea.
Exactly. You're not at the mercy of some algorithm.
Right. Because like we said, those can change at any moment.
Exactly. A strong email list gives you a direct line to people who have actually chosen to hear from you.
Okay, this has been really helpful. Actually, if you guys are finding this helpful too, don't forget to hit that like button.
Yeah.
And share this video with your friends.
Spread the knowledge.
Yeah, we're all in this together, right?
Absolutely. Now let's talk about something that I think a lot of business owners kind of overlook.
Okay.
Data.
Data.
Yeah. One expert made this point that I thought was super interesting.
Okay.
Every email you send, he said, it's like a little mini experiment.
A mini experiment. I'm not sure I follow. I mean, I write the email, I hit send.
Right. But you're not just sending those emails out into the void.
Okay.
You're actually getting valuable feedback in the form of data.
Oh, you mean like open rates and click-through rates?
Exactly. And that data tells you what subject lines are working, what content people are actually engaging with, even the best time to send those emails.
So I can actually use that information to like improve my emails over time.
Exactly. You're constantly learning and refining your approach.
So it's not just about sending messages, it's about gathering intel, like I'm a spy or something.
Kinda.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I bet most businesses aren't even thinking about it like that.
You're probably right. A lot of them are just sending out emails and hoping for the best.
Blindly hitting send.
But smart business owners, they use that data to their advantage. They use it to segment their audience.
Segment. Can you explain what that means?
Yeah. Basically, it means dividing your email list into smaller groups based on shared interests or behaviors or even demographics.
So instead of sending the same email to everyone, I'm sending more targeted messages to different groups of people.
Exactly. You're sending the right message to the right people at the right time.
That makes a lot of sense. Why haven't I been doing this?
One expert gave this great example. She's a shop owner who sells fabric, and she has two main segments of customers, students and the professional fabric buyers. And obviously, their needs are totally different, so she adjusts her emails accordingly.
Right, of course. And I guess this kind of personalization is just impossible to do on social media, right?
Right, because on social media, you're essentially shouting your message out to this huge crowd.
Yeah, it's like a billboard.
Exactly. You might get some people's attention, but you're not really having a conversation.
Right. It's like the difference between sending out a generic flyer versus writing a personalized letter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that personalized approach, it can really have a big impact on your click-through rates and ultimately your conversions.
Speaking of clicking, I have a question. Think about your own behavior for a second.
Okay.
Would you be more likely to click on a link in an email or a link that you see in like a busy social media feed?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know what I would click on.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think it highlights a key difference between email and social media. Email is much more direct. You see the message, you click the link, boom, you're taken right to where you need to go. But on social media, there's like a million distractions.
Yeah.
You click on a link, and then, oh, look, there's a funny cat video.
Squirrel.
Exactly. And you're gone.
Totally. It's like trying to find a specific store in like a giant shopping mall versus walking straight into a boutique.
Exactly.
Okay, so email is definitely more focused, more intentional.
Yeah.
And that focus often leads to higher click-through rates, which can ultimately lead to more sales.
Exactly.
Speaking of sales, one expert shared this crazy example.
Oh, yeah.
He announced a new product through both email and Twitter.
Okay.
And guess what? The email generated 145 times more clicks than the tweet.
Wow.
145 times.
That's amazing. But honestly, it's not that surprising. Remember all that data we were talking about?
Right.
It consistently shows that email is way more effective at driving conversions than social media. One expert even found that email generated 6 times more revenue than social media, even though the audience size was smaller.
So even with a smaller audience, they made more money through email.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
So email is like the closer bringing those leads home, turning them into paying customers. It's like the MVP of the marketing game. While social media is out there, building awareness, getting people excited, email is where the real magic happens.
Yeah.
Think about it. Some of the most successful online businesses are built on email lists. The Hustle, Morning Brew, Milk Road. These email newsletters have been sold for millions of dollars.
Crazy, right?
Millions of dollars for an email list. That's insane. Really puts the power of email into perspective.
It does. And, it goes beyond just making money. It's about building a community, having that platform where you can share your ideas, your work, and really create a lasting impact.
This has been super helpful. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together. Social media, email, they both have their strengths, and they work best when they work together. Social media helps you grab attention. Email builds relationships and drives those conversions. But how do we actually bridge the gap between the two? Is there a way to turn those social media bystanders into engaged email subscribers?
That's a great question, and that's where the newsletter comes in. One of the experts was so passionate about this, they called it like the perfect bridge between social media and email marketing.
Okay, the newsletter. I've heard a lot about newsletters, but honestly, I'm still not quite sure I get it. It just seems kind of old school, doesn't it?
It might seem that way, but honestly, don't underestimate the power of a good newsletter.
Okay.
Think about it like this. Your social media content is like a teaser, right? You're giving people a little glimpse of your personality, your expertise, and then you're inviting them to sign up for the full experience.
So I'm basically using social media to drive traffic to my email list. I can see that.
Exactly.
But what kind of content do I actually put in a newsletter?
That's the fun part. It's your chance to really connect with your audience on a deeper level,
Yeah.
Share valuable tips and advice, behind-the-scenes stories, exclusive offers, even just your personal reflections on your industry.
So I'm establishing myself as like an authority
Exactly.
and building those relationships.
Yeah.
But how often should I even send out a newsletter?
That's a great question. And it really depends on your audience,
Right.
and your industry. Some people send out daily newsletters, some people weekly, some people monthly.
Okay.
The key is to find that frequency that works for you and your subscribers.
Got it. Okay, so let's say I'm sending out these awesome newsletters,
Right.
packed with valuable content. People are loving them. How do I actually convert those subscribers, those readers, into paying customers?
That's where the strategic part comes in. Don't just randomly promote your products or services.
Right.
Think about the
Customer journey.
Yeah. One expert talked about using email to guide people through different stages from becoming aware of you to considering you
Right.
to actually making a purchase.
Got it.
So, start by providing really valuable content, builds that trust, establishes your expertise, and then as you're, nurturing those relationships, you can start subtly moving in your offering, highlighting, how they can solve your subscribers' problems and meet their needs.
So I'm not just bombarding them with a sales pitch.
Exactly. Remember, people buy from people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah, that's true.
And your newsletter is a really powerful tool for building those connections.
Okay, this is making so much sense. I'm starting to see how email and social media can really work together so well.
It's like a 1-2 punch.
It is.
Think about it. Social media, it's like your megaphone, right? You're broadcasting your message to a wide audience. Email, it's like your private line. Allows you to have those meaningful conversations with the people who are really interested. And then your newsletter, it's like the VIP room.
Oh, I like that. The VIP room.
Yeah, that's where those conversations can really flourish.
That's such a good analogy.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to get really excited about the possibilities here. But I'm also realizing that I've been making a lot of mistakes with my email marketing.
Well, you're not alone.
Okay, good.
A lot of business owners, they're so focused on social media that they totally neglect their email list. Or they just, send out generic emails that don't really resonate with anyone.
I've definitely done that too. I send the same email to everyone on my list, and I'm not even really tracking my results.
Yeah, that's a common mistake, but it's an easy one to fix. Remember all that data we were talking about? Use that to segment your audience, personalize your messages, and don't be afraid to experiment. Try different subject lines. Different content formats, different sending times. See what works best for your audience.
Okay, so basically just be more strategic about it.
Exactly.
I'm ready to get serious about email marketing. Where do I even start?
First things first, start building that email list. Add sign-up forms to your website, your social media profiles, even your email signature. Offer a lead magnet. Like a free ebook or a checklist.
Ooh, a lead magnet. I like that. It's like a little bribe to get people on my list.
Exactly. And once they're on your list, make sure you're delivering on your promise. Provide that valuable content. Make them glad they signed up.
This has been so insightful. I'm actually starting to see the real potential of email marketing. It's not just about, sending out promotional emails. It's about building a community, nurturing relationships, and actually creating a lasting impact.
You got it. And the best part is you don't need a massive budget or a team of experts to do it. You can start small and gradually build your list, your strategy over time.
This has been an absolute game changer. If you guys are feeling inspired too, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your fellow entrepreneurs.
Spread the love.
Yeah, let's help each other build some thriving businesses.
Absolutely. We're all in this together.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the power of email marketing, the importance of building a strong email list and the strategic use of newsletters to bridge the gap between social media and email. But before we wrap things up, I want to touch on one more important topic: click-through rates and conversions.
We've talked about driving traffic from social media to our email lists and nurturing those subscribers with valuable content. But ultimately, we want to convert them into paying customers. So how do we actually make sure our emails are driving sales? One of the key metrics we need to focus on is our click-through rate. This tells us how many people are actually clicking on the links in our emails and taking action.
Okay, so how do we improve that? Like, what makes people actually want to click on a link in an email?
Well, first and foremost, our emails need to be engaging and relevant to our audience.
They have to want to read them in the first place.
Exactly. We need to capture their attention with a compelling subject line and then, deliver on that promise with valuable content.
So it's not enough to just have a great product or service. You have to communicate its value well in your emails.
Exactly. We need to clearly articulate the benefits of our offerings and make it super easy for people to take that next step. Think about the call to action in your emails. Is it clear? Is it compelling? Does it, create a sense of urgency or exclusivity?
I'm realizing my calls to action are kind of weak.
Yeah. It's a common mistake. A lot of people just say, click here to learn more.
That's basically what I say.
But instead, try saying something like, get your free guide today. Or, join the wait list for exclusive access. Create that sense of urgency or scarcity. Yeah. Encourage people to act now.
I like that. I like that. But even if people are clicking on my links, how do I actually get them to, convert into paying customers?
That's where the landing page comes in.
The little landing page, okay.
When someone clicks on a link in your email, we need to make sure they're taken to a landing page that's, specifically designed to convert them.
Yeah.
So this means having a clear message, compelling visuals, and, a strong call to action again.
This is all about creating that seamless experience from the email to the landing page.
Exactly. We want to make it as easy as possible for people to take that next step.
Okay, I'm starting to see how it all fits together. Building the email list, creating the engaging content, optimizing the landing pages, it's all connected. Yeah. And the key is just to keep testing and refining my approach, right?
Exactly. Track those click-through rates, your conversion rates, your overall sales. See what's working, what's not. Make adjustments along the way.
Okay, I'm ready to take my email marketing to the next level. This has been so eye-opening. I'm so glad we took the time to really deep dive into these expert insights.
Me too. It's amazing what we can learn from people who've actually been there and done that.
I feel like I've been playing the marketing game on easy mode this whole time. And now I'm finally ready to level up.
That's the spirit. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
True.
Just keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep refining your approach.
One expert said something that really stuck with me. They said simplicity is key.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it comes to email marketing. He was like, just write a great email and hit send.
I agree with the sentiment.
Yeah. But I think we need to add a little bit of nuance to that. While simplicity is important, we also need to be strategic,
Right.
We need to understand our audience.
Uh-huh.
Segment our lists.
Right.
Personalize our messages.
It's not just about blasting out generic emails.
Exactly.
It's about creating a valuable experience for those subscribers.
It's think of your emails as a conversation with your audience. You wouldn't just walk up to someone on the street and start shouting random things at them, would you?
No, that would be weird.
Exactly. You would, introduce yourself, get to know them, find some common ground.
Make a connection.
It's the same with email marketing. We need to build those relationships, provide value, make them feel like they're part of a community.
I'm seeing email marketing in a whole new light.
Good.
Yeah.
And as you gain experience, get more confident, you can start exploring more advanced strategies.
Oh, like what? Like automation, personalization. Imagine sending out automated email sequences that, welcome new subscribers, nurture leads, and even recover abandoned carts.
Whoa, that sounds really high tech.
It might sound intimidating.
Yeah.
But there are tons of tools and resources available to help you automate your email marketing. And the best part is, once you set up these automations, they can run on autopilot.
Seriously?
So you can focus on other parts of your business.
That's awesome. It's like having a virtual assistant working 24/7.
Pretty much.
Can't believe I haven't been using these tools.
Well, it's never too late to start.
That's true.
And remember, you don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Start small, focus on those basics, and gradually build your strategy over time.
Okay, I'm feeling really inspired. I'm ready to take action. This deep dive has been incredible. Seriously, a game changer.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. And remember, it's not just about following the latest trends or using the fanciest tools.
It's about focusing on the fundamentals.
Yep.
Building relationships,
Right?
providing value,
Uh-huh.
making genuine connections with your audience.
Those are timeless principles, no matter how much the digital landscape changes.
Right.
Those things will always be important.
Exactly. So as you navigate the world of, email and social media marketing, always keep your audience in mind.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What are their needs?
Right.
What are their pain points?
Right.
How can you provide value and make their lives better?
It's easy to get caught up in, the technical stuff.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's all about connecting with real people.
Exactly. Go out there, build those relationships, create amazing content, and watch your business thrive.
This has been so great. I feel like we've covered so much, everything from the basics of email marketing to, those advanced strategies, automation, personalization. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of how to use email and social media to actually grow my business.
I'm glad to hear that. This has been awesome.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your journey. There's always more to learn, more to explore, more to achieve. So stay curious, stay passionate, and never stop experimenting.
Love it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We hope you found it valuable. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and colleagues.
Spread the knowledge.
Yeah, let's help each other succeed.
And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world of business, marketing, and entrepreneurship.
We're here to support you every step of the way.
Absolutely.